Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hauls, and got a nice little short box of goodies here to share with you. So let's get into it. First thing up, Totally Awesome Hulk number 3, and I got here the regular cover and the Michael Cho 1 in 20 variant. This is the first appearance of Kid Kaiju, who is going to be the main character of the Monsters Unleashed series, which is coming up soon. And read through this, I looked through this. He's really only in a couple of panels, and I don't believe he's even mentioned in terms of name. So I would really call this a cameo, but he's the reason that Fin Fang Foom is in this issue, and he's the reason for the monsters in the Monsters Unleashed series. So some people are thinking, hey, this might not be a bad book to pick up. I picked up both of these for, I think, like about 15 bucks, 16 bucks for both of them. So I don't think that's a bad deal. You know, the artwork in this is pretty good. It's Frank Cho, so um, I thought the interiors were pretty nice on it, actually. So something to consider if you're out there hunting. Maybe pick that guy up. Probably by the time it's posted, this video is posted, it might have picked up by that point. Next up, Spider-Man 252. This was a nice little, very nice little haul from a wish list that I had set up, or a want list through an online retailer who I've mentioned before. You know, it's good to set these things up with the sites that have multiple sellers on them. People kind of selling out of their house, or maybe shops throughout the country that sell through this aggregator. So this was somebody that listed a bunch of books. I was by the computer when my alerts came through, and I snagged a bunch of stuff. So here's what I got. Spider-Man 252 newsstand, probably about a VF copy. Paid 16 for that. Pretty nice. I got a Spider-Man 500, J. Scott Campbell, $4 for that. And let's see here. I think so. I'm trying to think who I got what from. Yeah, these were all from the same retailer. So going on the Spider-Man run here, got some really good pickups for nice prices. I got a 569 second print variant. That book is going pretty well online. It's probably a $50 book or more. I paid 11 for that. Nice high grade copy of that. And another copy of Spider-Man 601. If you remember, I don't know, maybe 3-4 videos ago, I was lucky enough to pick up one at a shop pretty cheap, and again, I got this for $5 through online, and I had also got a 607 for $11, and they had a 606, the other camel cover, but it was like $25, which is about the going rate. So I'm not sure why they didn't pick up on these two being valuable as well, but I'm happy to take them off their hands. And I got a 654.1 for 14 bucks, which is about the going rate. I think these are good. I probably wouldn't pay that much again for it, but I'm always picking these up when I see them for 10 bucks or less. I got this book, which kind of been on my list for a while now. I don't know if this is really gonna hold a whole lot of value going forward, but this is the Batman New 52 #1, the Warner Brothers Studio VIP Studio Tour #1, and I can't remember how many they said was printed of these, but it's kind of a hard book to find. You could only get it if you went to the there's like a, oh, that kind of stinks. I didn't even notice that before. There's like a line here, like a printing defect, where the color didn't carry through. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but I paid $23 for that. You could only get these originally going to the Batman ride at the Warner Brothers Studios, Batman exhibit or something like that. So it is kind of hard to find. If you go on eBay, there's plenty listed, or there's a few listed, but I think it's still a good pickup. It goes for about $40 when it sells. Picked up a Black Canary and Oracle Birds of Prey one shot. This is the first Birds of Prey. We're not really sure what's going on with the now titled Gotham City Sirens movie. Originally it was titled Birds of Prey, so this would have been the book to get. But the Birds of Prey may be who they end up fighting in that movie. Who knows, but this is a good one to pick up, and I did not have it. Always on my list, and I paid $9.50 for it, which is a pretty good price. And picked up a Black Panther #1, the J. Scott Campbell cover of Shuri, first print. Paid $9.50 for that. And I think, yeah, and this was the last book I picked up. Batman, I got Detective Comics $8.50. The intro story to Gotham City Sirens, paid $4.50 for that. So I got really lucky that just in the right place at the right time to pick all those up online for some great prices. Alright, next up I have some books. So this was, I found this seller through the app OfferUp, and I'll show you a couple pickups that I had through that, and it's kind of a similar. A couple videos ago, I had mentioned an app called Mercari, which I had purchased a book from. This is another app called OfferUp, which is pretty similar to Craigslist in terms of how it works, but I've had some pretty good luck recently on it. So this was a person that was selling probably 14 long boxes worth of stuff, and I ended up trading them one book that had about a $35, $40 value for all these. So I feel like I did pretty good in terms of what I got back from them. I think I made my money back. So I got a Marvel Tales 209, which is the first Punisher story reprint with a new cover. If you remember, I think it was last video I showed the 106, which is the first time it's reprinted. Same cover with the red background instead of the yellow. I kind of like this one too, just because it's a different cover. Kind of a cool cover too. Couldn't figure out who the cover artist was on it. Didn't say on the inside. So I got all these. Basically what these came out to was, for what I paid for the book originally that I traded, just traded them one book, I paid 75 cents each for these, is what it comes out to if we did the math backwards. GI Combat 128. Pretty nice copy of it, actually. These were just a couple older books that he had he didn't want. And Sergeant Rock 191. Oh, I'm sorry. Our Army at War 191 with Sergeant Rock in the title. Just a couple. You know, none of these are like, you know, those two, there's nothing really significant except they're pretty nice older grade, and I was just grabbing kind of what I could for the price. Alpha Flight #1, newsstand, kind of a little bit of a beat up copy. Did get an Alpha Flight 33 for $1, and that's a pretty nice copy actually. Spider-Man 283, high grade copy. The only reason I got it was because it was super sharp. Nothing really significant about it, but I'm always looking for really nice high grade copies of Spider-Man. Hulk 1 variant, Daniel Acuna variant, I believe. That was a nice pickup. That right there is like a $15 book. Plus, who knows what the future holds for Red Hulk. Marvel Tales 235. This is a McFarlane cover, Spider-Man and X-Men. A Miss Marvel #1 or number 20. Excuse me, number 20. First appearance. First time she wears the new costume. There was an interesting book that I had never heard of this series before, but I saw who was, you know, cover artist Simon Beasley. Pretty cool cover. Rob Zombie and Steve Niles writing it. So I figured it was worth picking up. It turns out it's a 3-issue miniseries and kind of hard to find. Like I said, I'd never seen them before. This kind of stuff, you know, Steve Niles, Rob Zombie stuff, always does fairly well on the resale market. The interiors, Nat Jones, I'm not too familiar with. I did not like the artwork though. New Avengers 35, Venomized Wolverine cover. New Mutants 3, nice copy of that. First Demon Bear. Here's a good one that I was happy to find. New X-Men 31, first appearance of Kimura, who is X-23's main bad, you could say. Still not a high grade copy. It's probably like a VF minus. It's got a little bit of spine stressing, I'll say, and a little bit of dirt on the cover maybe. Onslaught Reborn number 4. It's a J. Scott Campbell variant. Secret Wars number 2, first appearance of Quake, or Daisy Johnson, who becomes Quake. Both these I got 2 copies of actually, so I think right there I got my money back that I originally invested. Everything else is kind of gravy. Spider-Man 13 newsstand. This is the first time I've ever owned this book. Superman 75, the Platinum Edition. It's probably about a fine in condition. Web of Spider-Man 19 newsstand. First appearance of Solo, who is in Mercs for the Money. And got some X-23 books. I got a nice little run of the Target X series. There's Kimura right there on the cover. That's Kimura. I got 2 through 5, and then I got from the first series I got X-23 number 5, and finally I got a X-Men number 4 newsstand, and probably like a fine plus, maybe very fine. So I feel like I made out pretty well on all of those. Nice little run, and you know, it was cool to do as a trade. No additional cash out of my pocket. All right, next up, this was another score that I got off of that OfferUp app, and you never know what you're gonna get when you do these. Go meet these people. So I've sent them a message. They wanted 40 for this. I said, hey, would you take 25? They said, okay, let's meet. So end up meeting them in a parking lot. They had like this old beat up van. I go up and roll down the window and somebody's smoking in there. I'm like, oh great, these comics are just gonna be all smoked out and gross. But I think they must have got them from somewhere else. You know, I don't know, maybe I find a lot of people like clean houses or clean out, like when people move out, they'll clean out houses and stuff. They find, you know, comic books and they just want to sell them. Maybe that's what happened here. I don't know. I was just a little grossed out by the whole deal, so I bagged and rebagged and boarded all of them. But I didn't smell any smoke, so I was happy about that. So what I got was the run of Batman New 52 from 1 to 20, 1 being the second print. And they're all in about fine plus to some of them are very fine. They have some spine stressing. I mean, I wish number 1 was in better condition because I don't have a second print, but you know, for 25 bucks, I feel like that was a nice stack of Batman books, Batman New 52. So definitely check that app out. I found some good deals. I think I got one more that I'll show you too. These were from, ended up going to a local shop, contacted me, got some books in, some older stuff, and I picked this up for cover price. God Country number 1 seems to be doing pretty well, about $10 to $15 book. Paid cover price for that. But here's what I really went for. And I paid, so I got that one for cover price. Paid $200 total for all of these. I got a Super Friends number 7, first appearance of Wonder Twins. Tough book to find. It's probably in about a fine condition. I've been looking for these ever since I got my first copy of it, and I ended up selling it because it's just, it sells really well. And people are willing to pay for it. So figure why not. A Jungle Action number 5. And I don't know why. I got home and I was like, why didn't I get 6? He had a 6 there. 6 is first Killmonger, who will be in the Black Panther movie, but whatever. Somebody else will get it. But I got a 5. Pretty nice copy of 5. This is one I think you should be on the lookout for regarding, regarding, I want to say it's what the heck? And now I forget what I was speculating on with this book. Fantastic Four number 47. It's first appearance of, oh boy, Max the Mad, I think is his name. Pretty nice looking copy. And I'm trying to remember what the heck. There's speculation on a bunch of, okay, I remember now. So this is a Fantastic Four around the time when Inhumans were first appearing. So in talking about the Inhumans TV show that's coming out, I think, in my opinion, he seems to be the lead character that could become the villain of the show. So it's Fantastic Four number 47. Maximus the Mad, I think is his name. Sorry, I'm completely blanking on that one. But I put that one on my list, and he had a nice copy of it, so I picked that up. These were the 2 sweet books that I got from the deal for the total price, $200. I got a Batman 181, like a low grade copy. The cover's barely hanging on. I opened this up and looked through to make sure all the pages were there. The insert was in there, the centerfold, which is a poster of Batman and Robin, and the shop had 2 copies of it, and I said, do both of them have the centerfold? He said, yeah, I think so. And I looked through the other copy and I said, no, it doesn't have it. This one had it, but it was detached, and it had tape marks on it as to where somebody, like a lot of people did with this book, they took the centerfold out and put it up on their wall. And it had the centerfold, but it was loose. And as part of the deal, I said, well, you can keep the centerfold and put it in the other book that did not have it at all. So this does not have the centerfold. Like I said, it's a beat copy, but glad to own it. First Poison Ivy, of course. Glad to have it in the collection, and it's only going up from there. And then the big piece of the deal was Detective Comics' first Batgirl, Detective 359. Another low grade copy. I mean, you can see I need to fix that in there, but that corner's so bent up. I mean, the corner's even bent in the bag. I think I tried putting it in a couple times and it kept flipping up. So again, like I said, I'm happy with the deal for that price. Definitely happy, and happy to support the local shop who always tries hooking me up. And I got some nice books for the collection. Alright, here's some stuff I bought online. Got a little Justice League Dark lot here. Paid $15 for this. I got a Swamp Thing 50. First appearance of the team on the cover here. I got a Justice League Dark #1. First time they're named, really. I don't know. You know, one thing I've read this series, or I've read like the first arc of it, and I really liked it. One thing I don't know though is if they're named Justice League Dark in this, or much like Gotham City Sirens are not named in the first issue or a lot of subsequent issues. It takes a while before they actually are called that in the story. It's just the name of the series. So I don't think they are named that in, if I recall, in the whole first story arc. I don't think they're named that, because it's when Constantine is trying to get the whole team together to get Enchantress out of a spell. So I got those for about $15. I picked this up, same seller, X-Force Magazine #1, paid $4 for that. Reprints the first Deadpool as well as a couple other stories. It's a square bound, pretty cool book actually. It's tough to find. I don't think I've ever seen one in the wild. I may have, but nothing I recall. Picked up a, what is this? Battle Chasers #1 variant. It was about 15 bucks. It's, yeah, mid-grade. I feel like I overpaid a little bit for that. And then I paid 10 for Battle Chasers #7. This J. Scott Campbell cover. Kind of a hard book to find. Didn't even really know about it until I saw it listed, so I was happy to find that. Alright, so those were all from one seller. And then this was the last deal that I got off of that OfferUp app. Guy had bought, actually a pretty young guy, had bought out somebody else's collection, and it looked like they had just bought everything that came out for like, I don't know, 4 months or something, and it didn't look like, you know, I'm talking everything, all the Grimm's Fairy Tales, not every single thing, but a lot of that stuff, including all Marvels and some variants and stuff like that. So I got all these pretty cheap. Got this one for $1, Marvel .1 variant. This is the first time all new, all different Marvel .1. Don't get them confused. This is the first time X-23 is shown in the Wolverine costume. Paid $1 for that. I got a Batman 28, the steampunk variant, for $4. Dark Souls #1 for $1. I don't know why this was missing #2, but I paid $2 each for these. Divinity 1, 3, and 4. Here's one you hopefully know about by now. Groot #4 and 5. First appearance of Baby Groot at the end of #4. And then he's right on the cover, #5. I paid $3 each for those. Those are doing about, I don't know, 15 bucks for the two of them. Picked up a Haunted Mansion run. I think these were like $2 each. Actually, it's $2 for regular issues, and then he had some of the variants for like $3 or $4. So picked up the 1 through 5 of that. Harrow County #1, that was $2. That's a nice book to pick up for $2. It's like $15 to $20 depending. Picked up these because I mean they were $1 each, so not mad about the price. They're not in great shape, but there was like a random box of older stuff, so these were in there for $1. Infinity Gauntlet 3 and 6. This is a pretty good pickup. Actually, this was one of the better pickups of everything. Paid $5 for that. Invincible Iron Man #7. And the Women of Power variant. That's going for like $30 still. First appearance of Riri. And then he also did not have the regular cover to 7, but he did have #9 regular cover and the Horseman of the Apocalypse variant. And I think I paid like 3 and 5 for those as well. So those were probably the best values that I got out of it. But I did get this as well. I got the entire Darkseid War from the Justice League series. Got the entire story arc, including 40, first full appearance of Grail. And so it goes 40 to 50. Paid $3 each for those. $3 each. Let's clear some room out here. And man, I'm still going with here. Got a Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur #1, $3. This was a pretty good buy. Moon Knight #2 variant for $5. I believe that's a 1 in 25. Oh, this was probably the other really good buy. Got really lucky on these. These were $2 each. Monstrous. Number 1, 2, and then like 5 and 6. $2 for that. That book seems to have staying power because it's a tough book to find in high grade. People are really liking the art and the story of it. And then again, some more dollar books, just like some mid-grade fillers of Teen Titans. Annual #2, First Vigilante. 16, First Captain Carrot. And then 9 and 10 New Teen Titans number 9 has the second time that Deathstroke appears on the last page. It's a splash page saying that he's coming into issue 10. So 9 and 10, first or second appearance of Deathstroke, and then second full appearance, I guess you could say, is in 10. This book really dropped off, but I'm not really surprised. Norman, right, cover 1A and 1B, I guess you could say. I paid like $2-3 each for those. That's really all they're going for. This was another great buy. Punisher number 1, the 1 in 25 variant, for $5. Renato Jones, the 1%, paid $1 for that. Sabretooth Dan from Scout number 1, paid $1 for that. Scooby-Doo Team Up number 12, the Harley Quinn. I never bought this when it came out because I just didn't buy into it, but I got it for $2, so happy about that. We got Spawn Kills Everyone, all 3 covers. I think those ended up being like $2 each. Spider-Man number 1, the Cho variant, $5. And then I got some, let's see here. Got some Star Wars. I got, again, a book I've not owned was Star Wars 1 first print. Did not own it. I got 1 and 2. These are all first prints. Vader Down 1 and 2. And, I'm sorry. That's Star Wars Darth Vader 1 and 2. And then Vader Down number 1 and number 1 variant. I paid $3 each for those. Marvel stuff was $3 unless it was a variant. Marvel and DC were $3 unless they were variants. A couple more books I did not own. Lois and Clark 1 and 8. First appearance. Well, I don't know. Use your own use your own opinion if this Superman Lois and Clark number 1 is the first appearance of John Kent. And then 8 is just a cool cover, and it's where he finds the Superman cape. And I don't know why this book never really did a whole lot. I think it's doing okay, but Unbeatable Squirrel Girl number 5, the second print. I really like what they did with these second prints for Unbeatable. This is the last one of the cover, and they had 4, I guess it's the 1 through 4 when they did the second prints. They each say a word in here, and I think it said Squirrel Girl beats butts and eats nuts or something like that. And this is the last one, and it's got the exclamation points, but it's got the Venomized Squirrel Girl, which, you know, I'm really kind of surprised it hasn't picked up more. And I got a Uncanny Inhumans number 11 variant for $5. First appearance of Mosaic. First appearance of Mosaic. All right, winding down. Oh, I think I also got this for $1. X-Force number 11. First full. I don't know. I still think. I mean, New Mutants 98 is the first Domino. There's no way around that. You can't have a copycat Domino without knowing who the Domino is in the first place. So I would say I'm a fan of New Mutants 98 is the first appearance of Domino. Then X-Force number 8, first appearance of the real Domino, and then 11, second appearance, but whatever it be. All right, here's a book that I had on my list. This book is becoming really hard to find, and I paid $31 for that. Journey into Mystery 102, first appearance of Lady Sif. And it's kind of a beater copy. It is attached, so I'm happy about that, but it's a tough book to find. Tough book to find. A lot of the women character first appearances are getting really hard to find. Also picked up speaking of women first appearance, Saga number 7, the Ghost variant. Paid $30 for that. First appearance of the what the heck's her name? Jeez, can't recall her name. the, oh shoot, sorry, great, you know the characters if you read the book. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I want to say the clutch, but that's obviously not it. So, and then here's a few more books I picked up from an online seller. I just got this one because it was pretty affordable, and I could tell it was a nice high grade copy. Detective 408, pretty nice looking copy, and it was $5. So, really not happy about that. Not unhappy about that. And then I paid 10 for this, another pretty nice looking copy. This is Brave and the Bold number 50. This is the first time that, I believe this is the first time that two characters appear in the title. So you got Green Arrow and Manhunter from Martian Manhunter. So I think this is, if I recall, this is the first time that the Brave and the Bold has two stories in the title, or two characters in the title. And $10 for that, I mean, great deal. And also picked up an X-Men number 13. It was $40. This is the second appearance of Juggernaut. I really had no interest in picking this up, except that I packaged it with these other books, and felt like it was a good deal to get all these at the price I did. Actually, I'm sorry, I paid $25 for this. I mean, that's a great deal. Colors on it are really nice. So really happy to get those. I mean, I think I've done really well lately. I've been a little bit pickier as to what I'm buying, and I'm still running across a lot of good stuff. So hopefully you're having the same kind of luck out there. Hope you're trolling those dollar boxes. See you next time. Thanks for watching.